Hi, I'm Doug Boyd. I want to tell you about the project management feature that we've added in the OHMS application. At any given time, the Nunn Center has nearly 500 records in our OHMS application repository, representing interviews that we're working on, we're going to work on, or that are in process. Originally, we did impose limits on the number of records that you are allowed to have in your OHMS repository at any given time. So at the Nunn Center, we're constantly exporting, deleting, importing new records, hovering just under 500 records, which tended to get somewhat chaotic and tended to get somewhat annoying. We have now expanded those limits from 300 to 500 records to up to 10,000 records in your OHMS repository. Well, that could get really confusing and chaotic. So, we thought, wouldn't it be amazing if we could introduce a project management feature that could help organize and manage your indexing and synchronizing initiatives? Now, OHMS has a project manager that can do just that. Start by clicking on the Project Manager button. You can then add a new project. When you create a project title, you can choose to manually add new interviews to your project, or you can have your interviews automatically added to your project based on a variety of presets, such as the collection or series code or title. That way, if you already have an interview record in your OHMS repository that coincides with that preset collection or series code, it will be automatically added to your project. Now you can always take your project out of auto add mode and manually add new interviews to your project, and then put it back into auto add mode when you're ready to continue with automation. In the project manager, you can add a project status, which will help you track your project over time. Another exciting feature is the ability to assign interviews. We've created a new set of roles in OHMS to include the project user and the project editor roles. If an OHMS application user has been assigned one of those roles, then they can be assigned to work on that particular interview. That way, when they log in, the only interviews they see in their interview manager are the ones that they have been assigned. This will be particularly useful for those who are working on multiple projects, or for those who are utilizing external teams or partners to help with their indexing and synchronization. I think it will be especially useful when using the OHMS application in a classroom setting to assign the interview to a particular student. The repository admin is the one who can make these assignments. You can always look at that particular user's page in order to see what interviews they have been assigned or to track their progress. From the project manager, you can always switch to the interview manager mode to view just that project. You can export that project's OHMS XML files all in one batch, or you can edit that individual project. From the interview manager, we've included a filter by project mode that allows you to sift through all of your other interviews and just view the ones that you want to look at. At the moment, the Nunn Center has over 4,000 OHMS XML files. It's pretty exciting that we can now leave them all in the OHMS application, organize them into projects. We can track the status of those projects, and finally, we can assign specific interviews to specific users in our OHMS repository. I hope you enjoy these new features in the OHMS application. Good luck with your oral history project.